What's good, y'all? Welcome back. I don't usually do comic stuff on this channel, but I just kind of bought my first 10 comics. Yeah, I've always got manga. I've always been in the MCU, but I read some Spider-Man, some Crossed, a few things here and there, but there's a shop. I live in a small town, right? There's a shop that kind of opened up recently, and people, they were so nice. Like, I bought 4, and then this guy gave me 6 free ones to read. He's like, yeah, all these are the first issues, so if you like any, come back, get the rest, but you can have these for free. So very, very nice people, really. Anyway, the first one, I just want to go over them real quick. That's pretty much what this video is. I'm just going to talk about them, but first one, Deadly Class, just kind of gave me Assassination Classroom vibes. And the guy who, the manager who was talking to me, he's like, yeah. So basically this is like a synopsis. A street kid, he goes from living on the streets to being enrolled in this high school, like this assassin high school, where everyone kind of, I guess, follows their parents, their family's trade. All their parents are assassins, I think, stuff like that. You know, crime. I think I told him Yakuza. I said I like Yakuza. I've read a lot of Yakuza manga. Yakuza, I don't know. But yeah, I like the whole crime or organized crime stuff. Also, some of these pages are just absolutely gorgeous. Like, I just want to show them. Look at this. See how it's all red styled? Okay, let's go to the next page here. Just hold up. This is all red, right? Very pretty. Then we go to the next page. Look, half of it is blue, half of it is red. We go to the next page, it's yellow. Like, that is so gorgeous. Anyway, next one. I don't know what this is called. This is called like a Fimifilate. Is that what it's called? Fimifilate? Anyway, it's about a girl who's been immortal since the 30s, and anyone she meets, men become infatuated with her. So that's about all I know. Now this one. This is one of the ones I'm most excited for. Probably the one I'm most excited for. Oblivion Song. Kind of looks like a cover for a video game, low key. Look at it, Oblivion Song. Yeah. So I told the guy, I don't know anything about comics. This guy knew everything. He said he'd been reading since the 90s. I told him I kind of fuck with post-apocalyptic stuff, survival. I like stuff set in the future or the past. I don't prefer stuff in the present where they're gonna pull out a phone and say, "Oh, I just zip chatted you" or whatever. You know, like, kills the immersion for me, even though it is my world, if that makes sense. But post-apocalyptic, and I looked in the first. He showed me the first few pages. He said it's post-apocalyptic, but at the same time, there's it's sort of futuristic because like what they fight are like, I don't know, they have technology, but post-apocalyptic, very cool. Excited to read that. Now this is a very interesting one. The Department of Truth. Yes, that is JJ. I just said JJK. That is JFK. Basically, this guy. So, what if you've been a conspiracy nut your whole life, and then one day you find out all of it, some of it might just be true. You follow this guy, and that's pretty much all I know. But it does sound very, very interesting. And this guy who was talking my head off about it seemed very interested in it. So it does look very good. That's one of the ones I'm also very excited to read now. This one, I actually lied whenever I said that the Deadly Class. This one was not the one about the Yakuza. This was my pick. This is what I picked at the end. This is that guy who's been reading the comics since the 80s or 90s. This is his #1 recommendation here. It's called Criminal by Ed Brubaker, sorry, and Sean Phillips. So this follows, I don't even know what it's about, I'll be honest. I just said I like Yakuza, and he handed it to me. But he said this is his favorite. This is his recommendation out of like the 10. He had like 10 or 11. He had a bunch. I took 6. This was his #1, Criminal. I said I like Yakuza. He gave me this. I'm very excited to read it. Don't know what it's about, but if it's anything like any of Kenriku's other 5 titles, I'm gonna love it. So now this was what I said first off. I said I've read a little bit of Spider-Man, you know, but there's like a lot. And my biggest issue with comics, and I go to shops. I live in a small town. Anytime I go somewhere, I never know what to get into. There's never one. It's not like manga. I don't just want to jump in at the middle. And he said, "Oh boy, do I have something for you?" And I'm like, well, like aside from that, like the only other superheroes I know, it's Spawn. I said I don't really read DC, and he pulled this out, Spawn #1. This might be the one I read first. I'll probably do this, and then I'll do Deadly Classroom. Criminal, I might save. But Spawn, man, have I been excited to read this. Look at this. The cover's so sick, too, and Spawn looks awesome. But yeah, I'm very glad that he gave this to me. The art's pretty cool too. Look at this. Look at the left page there. Yeah, Spawn looks like a badass dude, man. Anyway, I love that all these are issue 1, so I get to actually start them. Now, there were two that I picked out of the 25-cent pile. Now, the first one was Captain Marvel. Absolutely love Captain Marvel. Carol and the Carol Corps. We'll see what that's all about, but 25 cents. So I'm sure there's a reason it's 25 cents. Also, I picked this pretty much just off the cover in the title. This says Dark Minds. Dark Minds. Look at that. I wish the glare wasn't so bad. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Dark Minds. That seems like a manga cover, really. It was giving me Technolized, Serial Lane, Ergo Proxy kind of vibes. So we'll see if it's something like that. Yeah, now there's two. Those were the two out of the 25-cent pile. Everything I showed you before, those two were free. Now these I paid $4 for each. I'm gonna have to cover up so I don't get doxxed. Let's see. Yeah, so Marvel Zombies. Look at that. What does it say? Dawn of Decay. I just kind of picked this. It looked pretty cool. We'll see. I don't even know if it's issue. This is issue 4, so I'm gonna have to somehow get the first 3 issues and read it. Now this one also $4. This is the last one. Psylocke. Marvel Rivals. That's why I got it. So that's about it. I just want to go over before we end this here. The 3 I'm most excited for. So yeah, this was my pick. This was the first thing I wanted to read that wasn't Spider-Man. It was Spawn. So we got Deadly Class Spawn. And this was his pick. The guy that's been reading for 30 years. So if I told him, he asked me too. He's like, "What's up?" I'm like, "I just looking at manga." I was looking at the manga section at the time too, and he's like, "Do you have any genres you like? Any specifics, anything like that? What do you like in a character?" I'm like, "Somebody that has a good story. Somebody has a good story, you know, good backstory. Just a really good MC. He doesn't have to be strong, and he doesn't have to win all the time, but you know, if he's smart and he gets by, and you know, he has a reason to do what he's doing, that's what I like." And he gave me this, and the cover does look so sick. And he said it's also by one of his favorite artists, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And I'm pretty sure, which was it? Oh no, it was someone here. I think it was in this. I think it's Ed Brubaker. Correct me if I'm wrong. Little fun fact he gave me that I thought was just so cool. So Bucky apparently, this is what he told me. I'm gonna look stuff up. I don't think he'd have a reason to lie, but so take this with a grain of salt because I didn't know it myself. But Bucky apparently had been dead since like the 40s, and like comic wise, like not in the like actually 50 years ago. He hasn't been you know, prevalent or prominent in the comics or anything like that. And Ed Brubaker comes on as a writer. This is a comic person. He comes on as a writer for the Winter Soldier movie. So he takes Bucky, Captain America's best friend, brings him back, puts him in as the Winter Soldier, and that's kind of he didn't do the entire movie, but he is the one who pulled the trigger in bringing Bucky back as the Winter Soldier. That was his decision, and oh my god, was that such a good decision, man. Because then we go on in the comics too, and there's so many good things with Bucky, bro. Like, I know personally in the MCU, I think Bucky should have been the one to get the shield, but the way stuff is going right now with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I absolutely can't complain. I do think there's a better choice, but they also cooked with the decision that they done. Maybe I'm just fanboying because in the comics, Bucky got the shield, whatever. MCU doesn't have to follow suit with the comics. Who cares? But either way, very good writer here. He brought Bucky back, and he is cooking, bro. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah. Comics, very weird. It's just I bought my first ever comics today, so I thought that was pretty interesting. If y'all did enjoy, want to see more, want to see my thoughts on these, make sure to comment, subscribe, join the Discord down below. Hope y'all having a good day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.